what are the pros and cons of inverted fullback? Now, a lot of people are thinking inverted fullbacks are more of a defensive tactic if you have good wingers. Some people are thinking it's more of an offensive tactic.
Yeah.
But what do we think are pros and cons? Because for me, when I look at it, I think a lot of people having this conversation don't actually understand the role of inverted fullback.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that none of the defensive tactics or whatever, those are just byproduct of the way or each system plays if they do inverted fullback. I think the role of the inverted fullback is to provide more on the midfield. You want to box the teams. You want to stop the pressure as soon as it happens. And if you're counter-attacking, you're providing more support in the midfield.
Yeah.
It's not really for if someone is beating you on the counter-attack or whatever. But if you play with inverted fullback, what are you expected? What is your team expected to play? How are they expected to play? How are the wingers expected to play? What do you even need to play that system?
I think what needs to happen, and to me, it should be a very short window in which the fullback actually provides this function.
Yeah,
they can't just stay in the midfield.
Yeah.
So they're not necessarily there for the offensive build-up either. They're there to create more opportunities within the build-up itself. When you see a fullback start to kind of ride up into the midfield, you expect the ball to go to them because part of their function, like they're not just they're on vacation to hang out. You expect maybe a 1-2 to then feed the ball back out to the winger, but then that fullback really has to drift back immediately.
Yeah.
So when you see them start moving up, you know that they're about to receive the ball or be part of some sort of dynamic leading up to going forward before they have to track back again. Not tracking back to a person, but if they get quick countered, then yes, they're chasing and looking at everybody's asses instead. It's a very short window in which that function can provide you with options before it becomes a detriment.
Yes.
So I think that people immediately think, oh well, it's just an easy way to get countered. Or now he's a part of the offensive buildup because Trent has a great shot, so we're expecting him to take shots. Like, nope, that's not what that is at all.
Yeah.
You're mostly just there to reinforce a couple of 1-2 passes and create an extra option for a lane for an attacking midfielder to then provide the ball, usually to one of the forwards. So again, just a very small window in which that works in its most optimal form. I think, at least.
Yeah, the inverted fullbacks are very interesting because I actually never liked it. I know Pep is successful with it, and Arsenal had some success with it, but I never liked it because if you're playing that system, you need everybody to be in top fitness shape. Yeah. The reason why I'm saying that is because your wingers are covering a lot more than normal because they are expected to go wider and have this one-on-ones while the inverted fullback come in the midfield and support. But if you play in the normal traditional way of fullbacks overlapping the winger, now you have two-person covering space. Now I think the good thing about it which makes these are the stronger suit of City and mostly Arsenal too, which they don't play it that much now. But
I was gonna say I don't really feel like it worked. It worked at Arsenal.
Yes,
that's me personally.
Yeah, I think the pros of that was just that if a team is counter-attacking because your fullback didn't do the whole full pitch where they have to come back.
Yeah.
Then it's a shorter distance from the midfield to cover down, so you can remedy to that as quick as possible. Because if you have someone like Marcelo that's overlapping, by the time he tries to get back, this counter on his side. So I think that's a pro, but I don't necessarily like it like that. I'm more of overlap the winger, create space. We create a lot more people on one side. We divert the defense to this side. Then that's how I like it.
Yeah, I would never really be up for a tactic that actively leads you to being even more possibly being countered.
Yeah,
I mean, and again, like I said, if you're going to function properly in that short window, I mean, if you're the opponent and your opposition is using inverted fullbacks, as soon as they make that run up, you know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're providing a function, like I said, and so you know exactly where the ball needs to go if you dispossess them. Everybody on the pitch knows exactly what's happening. It's that guy that's 20 yards out of position right there. We just got dispossessed in the midfield. Now, oh, you're probably sinking the ball over to the top right if it's the left fullback that's rode up into the midfield. It's just like you're inviting quick counters, you're inviting someone to know exactly what to do when they dispossess the ball, as opposed to when you're fighting for possession, and then once you have the ball, some teams sort of allow themselves to just start moving forward and figure out where the run of play needs to actually go to. Whereas you know exactly what's going to happen now, and you can't do anything about it because your guy is yards out of position.
Especially on the, I mean, like, it makes so much sense. And you have to think about it. When Pep actually played this type of system with Lam at the time at Bayern, it wasn't for defensive purpose. It was because Pep if you heard his interviews, he don't like when the passes are too long, because then you create you have more probability of losing the ball.
Right.
So that's why he started stacking the midfield. So we have shorter passes, better angle for wide wingers to receive the ball.
And if you are dispossessing the midfield, when they're tight passes like that, you have more guys around to win possession back, or at least be able to shut down passing lanes.
But everybody's trying to copy it, and I don't like that.
Yeah, they're just not doing it the same way.
Be original, guys. Be original.
Not everybody can be the Beatles.
Yeah.